record now. Yes. All right. Jai Sachidanand, Margarita, and Vera, and Santana.
Santana, Shuddha.
Jai
É
Sachidanand.
bom te ver.
Satidana. It's good to be with you. She says, bom te ver. It's good to see you, Shuddha.
Yes. It is good to see everyone. It's so wonderful.
É bom ver todos. Muito bom.
Yeah, it's like a very special.
Shuddha, eu tinha feito um bocado de anota, estava querendo fazer as anotações para fazer umas perguntas a você, porque eu estava lendo como é a Pativani 14, coisa assim. Mas fica para a próxima, Shuddha. Tem muitas coisas para perguntar.
She says that she has some notations that she took notes from Aptavani 14.
Yes.
That she has a lot of questions, but apparently she wishes to postpone. I don't know why.
Yeah, the 14. When the time comes, you see.
Quando o tempo chega, Margarida, o 14.
Yeah.
Ele falou que quando o tempo chegar, ele vai responder as questões.
Não, é porque é a única que está assim, que eu peguei. Não só ela não, né? Porque tem os livros, a humanidade, do dinheiro. Eu digo, nossa, aí eu vou lendo uma coisa, vou conectando com outra.
Yeah, she says she reads several books of Dada, and one thing connects to the other, and she keeps on reading and finding things, and
Yes. Jai Sachidanand. Well, that's Jose Antonio. That's probably our Denise, right? And Bernadette. Yeah, right. Yeah. All right. So who? Okay. All right, Santana, and yes. Yes, that is Denise, right? Neva, and we just wait for a few minutes. Bernadette. Oh, this is the other Bernadette. And
Jai Sachidanand.
Yes. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. All right, so we begin with the three mantra. Let us begin with the three mantra. Who would like to sing the three mantra?
Quem gostaria de cantar, recitar o Trimantra?
Eu posso cantar, acho.
Santana.
Wonderful, Santana. Yes, sure.
Okay. Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantaran, Namo Sitaran, Namo Ayariyaran, Namo Vazayaran, Namo Loye Sava Savoran, Eso Pancha Namukaro, Sava Pava Pananchano, Mangalaranje Savesim, Paraman Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai. Om Namah Shivai. Jai Sachidanand. Namo Vitragai. Namo Arihantaran. Namo Sitaran, Namo Ayariyaran, Namo Vazayaran, Namo Loye Sava Savoran, Eso Pancha Namukaro, Sava Pava Pananchano, Mangalaranche Savesim Paraman Havai Mangalam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai Om Namah Shivai Jai Sachidanand Namo Vitragai Namo Arihantaran Namo Sitaran Namo Ayariyaran Namo Vazayaran Namo Loye Sava Savuran Eso Pancha Namukaro Sava Pava Paranchano Mangalaranche Savesim Paraman Havai Mangalam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevai Om Namah Shivai Jai Sachidanand Jai Sachidanand Jai Sachidanand Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand, wonderful.
Muito bom. Jai Sachidanand.
Shuddha, qual a diferença quando a gente diz Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya e no final a gente diz Om Namah Shivaya? Qual é a diferença? Namah Shivaya ou Namo?
Om Namah.
She's asking the difference when we say Namo and Om Namo, Om Namah Shivaya. She's asking the difference of those phrases.
Yeah, they are really they are meant to revere. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya is we are revering Lord Krishna, who started off.
Reverenciando Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, reverenciamos o Senhor Krishna.
Yeah, we are sending our love to Lord Krishna, our respectful love.
Nosso respeito amoroso ao Senhor Krishna.
Lord Krishna.
Lord Senhor Krishna.
Krishna, who became completely enlightened, started off as a human being, just like Lord Mahavir did, but starts off as a human being and then becomes from a human being to God, from a human being to God, you see.
Como o Senhor Mahavira, ele também, Krishna, o Senhor Krishna, de humano, foi até o estágio de Senhor, de Deus.
And Margarita, Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva. Om Namah. Namah means I bow down. Om Namah.
Om Namah,
I bow down to Shiva. And Shiva is Shiva is not any specific human being. It is the absolute self within a human being that becomes the embodiment. That human being now becomes the embodiment for the salvation of others, you see. That's called Shiva.
Shiva é ser absoluto interno que é corporamento para a salvação do mundo.
So all Gnani Purush are called Shiva. Really, they are Shiva, you see. Shiv, you see.
Leader.
Yeah, there is, you will see pictures which show him that he is somewhere in the Himalayas, but no, it's not like this. These are all symbolic representations, you see.
Simbolismo dizer que ele está no Himalaia, é uma representação simbólica.
And then there is the goddess Parvati with him, and she represents the Prakriti, she represents the Prakriti, the Purush, the self, and the non-self, you see.
O Purush, o ser e o não ser, e essa deusa Parvati representa o Purush.
And as we look at, so you see, there is really no difference except that Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya is very specific for Lord Krishna, you see.
Esse Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya é muito específico para o Senhor Krishna.
And Om Namah Shivaya means everyone who becomes enlightened, and when they become enlightened, these human beings, they have a body, but they are now completely, their presence becomes a medium through which people attain liberation. They're called Shiva Swarup, you see. Shiva Swarup.
Shiva Swarup é os que estão totalmente liberados, né? Esses seres humanos que tomaram, se tornaram instrumentos.
So Margarita, like our current Gnani Deepak Pai, you can call him Om Namah Shiva. Shiva, he's like a Shiva, you see. He does, he, wherever he goes, he is, everything is only about satsang and liberation, nothing else.
But I'm having a little problem with
Everywhere,
my sound.
in
my
other words, and that's okay. Everywhere our Gnani goes, Deepak Pai is a Shiva in the true sense, you see. The Dadashri is a Shiva, you see. He is a Shiv,
Dadashri is a Shiva também, Shiv.
Yeah, wherever they go, they are always, from ordinary mortal beings, from mortal, from an existence of mortality, they have entered into the existence of immortality, you see.
Da existência de mortais a imortais.
Yeah. You see, there is no connection left with the body. The body is there, but the body now becomes a medium. The body becomes a medium. Anyone comes anywhere near that body feels the energy, you see, and can feel the energy.
O corpo se torna meio, então.
There are the 9 nights of Mataji going on, our goddess Amba, you see. And when I was looking at
Uma deusa Amba, o Shuddha está falando que há uma atividade se passando agora.
Just behind the face of, behind our Santana, on his left shoulder.
Atrás de Santana.
Santana. If Santana moves a little bit to the right side, not to the left side, the other way.
Para a direita, Santana, move para a direita.
This side.
Está atrás de você.
Right there. Now on top of his chair, you see Mataji.
Em cima da Mataji.
Mataji. Goddess Amba. Goddess Amba. You see?
Uma deusa
Amba. She is sitting on a tiger. You see?
Ela está sentada no tigre.
He's going to bring there. He's going to bring her. You see, she is Goddess Amba.
Deusa Amba.
This is Amba. She is her worshipping her. Takes everyone to the path of purity, you see.
The path of what, Shuddha?
Purity.
Pureza. Leva todos ao caminho da purificação.
There's a lot of importance of it. And, right now, yes, this is also Amba. See, there she is, you see.
Okay.
Usually she sits on a tiger. She sits on a tiger, you see.
Está sentada num tigre.
She sits on a tiger, And just a minute here. Let me see if I can. All right. Okay. So now, this is right now the 9 nights of Amba are going on, you see.
Agora, Shuddha diz que estão comemorando as 9 noites.
9 nights. Navratri. Ratri is a night,
Ratri, noite, são as 9 noites da deusa Amba.
Yeah, Nav means 9, like Navakalam, right?
Yeah, Nav columns, Nav, 9.
And Ratri means 9 nights, okay?
Naveatri. Natri significa noite. Então,
okay,
9 noites.
These 9 nights are really amazing. It transforms Gujarat into, everybody just worships her. They dance, they do the Garba, you see. And they do the Garba with keeping her in the middle, They are worshipping her, you see.
Então, essa reverência, ela diz nessas 9 noites que eles fazem, o Garba é parte disso, quando eles dançam a Garba, parece que eles têm ela como espelho em frente.
Right. If there's any, if it is 9 nights and the 10th night is celebrated very big. So now it's coming. It has already started. 10th night or 9th night will be on Wednesday. But I want to share something with you because I want to show. Let me see if I can share that. Okay.
O Shuddha falou que está chegando na 9 noites, o 10º dia, a 10ª noite também é a celebração também. Parece que está chegando agora na quarta-feira, amanhã.
And I will, hopefully it will come, the sound will come. Let's see here.
O Shuddha parece que vai tocar alguma canção.
It's the 9th night of the goddess, you see. So this is, it's long, but I will play a little bit of it. So you will know. Those of you who have been to Simandar city are familiar with it. All right.
Os Mahatmas, vocês que estiveram em Simandar city, vocês estão familiarizados.
Okay, so it's essentially Garbo, like you see the word Garbo there?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Garbo is
essa palavra Garbo.
Yeah, it's an earthen pot, you see, it's kind of round, and but it's very special. It's round, and this one has a lot of meaning, this Garbo, you see.
What is Garbo exactly?
Garbo is a round. It's a round earthen pot. It's made of
objeto redondo.
Mud, you see. But it's got a lot of holes in it, and they put some lamp in it, and then
põe lâmpadas dentro.
And then the light comes out. Anyway, so
Garbo, e a luz, aí você vê a luz através
Garbo, and Garbo is that pot, but Garba is the dance, okay? And
Garba é a dança. Esse Garbo é esse candelabro de.
So I will share this so everybody gets a little flavor for it, okay?
Então, para vocês pegarem gosto, a música ele vai.
And Tony, let me know if you can hear the sound well, okay?
Okay.
Do you hear the sound? No.
Not yet, Shuddha. No. Parece que não estamos ouvindo o som.
Okay, I wonder why the sound is not coming. So let me stop sharing it and let me play it without. Okay, I'm having difficulty giving you this sound.
O Shuddha está com uma dificuldade de passar o som.
Okay, let me see the sound arrangements. Maybe I will just check the sound and audio settings. Is it all right? Can you hear it now?
No, Shuddha. No, not yet.
Yeah, all right. This is just an ad. The ad will go away here, okay?
Yeah, tem uma publicidade, ele falou que
because this is it's got, all right. Another ad.
Another ad. No,
okay. Can you hear?
Yes. Pode ouvir, Santana?
घमर घूमतो रे। हे गरबो चाचर रमवाने आव्यो के घमर घूमतो रे। मारी सोने सजी शंगार हारे लाख लाख दीवड़ानी। हे गरबो गबर गोखती आव्यो के घमर घूमतो रे। हे गरबानी ऊपर चितरा माए 14 रे लोक। हे गरबानी ऊपर चितरा माए 14 रे लोक। हे गरबानी ऊपर चितरा माए 14 रे लोक। अभी आसोनी नवलीरा हारे लाख लाख दीवड़ानी। हे गरबो गणपति वधाव्यो के घमर घूमतो रे। सोनानो गरबो शीर पर लईने आव्या अम्बे मां। हो सोनानो गरबो शीर पर लईने आव्या अम्बे मां। ओ सोनानो गरबो शीर पर लईने आव्या अम्बे मां। अभी आसोनी नवलीरा हारे लाख लाख दीवड़ानी। हे गरबो सरस्वती वधाव्यो के घमर घूमतो रे। मारी सोने सजी शंगार हारे लाख लाख दीवड़ानी। हे गरबो गबर गोखती आव्यो के घमर घूमतो
मेरी आप सब लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट है कि सुर मंदिर चैनल को आप
So there we are. Were you able to? How was this?
Shuddha, is it possible? I shared a little experience about this Madurga.
Ma Durga, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure, sure.
Então, Tony, só falar pro Shuddha que eu tenho uma vinculação muito especial com essa deusa, porque eu tive um sonho com ela, e esse sonho que me conduziu para o Accra, e foi justamente em março, no meu mês de aniversário.
He had a dream, and God kind of inspired Santana to go to Akram.
Yeah. Absolutely, Mataji, you know, this, she is phenomenal energies, absolute energies at the relative level, you know, and of the highest kind, purest kind, you see. So beautiful. And so she chose you. She chose you, you know.
Ela escolheu você.
Yeah. She chose Santana and says,
ela escolheu Santana, o Shuddha disse.
Viu, Tony? E falar para ele também no sonho, ela também me tocou no peito 5 vezes. E sempre ela falava assim, seguindo um caminho sem fim, Durga. E sempre no final ela falava o nome dela. E ela fez 5 vezes isso ao longo do...
Ela tocou, she touched him in the chest, and 5 times she told Santana really? To follow the path.
Oh, really? That is amazing. That is truly beautiful, you know. And I will later on share this link with you. There's so much going on. If you just, even if you just Google Garba, Gujarat is filled with it right now with it, you know. If you just Google Garba.
Vai no Garba, Google, se você Google Garba, agora você...
Garba YouTube, so much. Some of them are, they have all night, you know, they start at around, as soon as it gets dark, and they go up to late hours of the night.
Toda noite, o Shuddha diz que tem essa comemoração.
And there is so much, because you know, those who are dancing forget that they're doing it. They get a new special energy inside, you see. And there is a lot of sense of purity in the whole process. Many of the ladies,
De todo o processo, uma sensação de pureza.
Yes, and many of the ladies, you know, from Gujarat, they go on a kind of a modified diet fast, you know, a little fast, and they do a lot of beautiful worship, even in the homes. They, you know, they do Mataji's worship. You see, Mataji's puja, Mataji's worship or puja, you know.
Essa palavra worship reverenciando o puja, né? A purificação, né?
You know,
I'm going to see if I have had a little reverb in my sound, Shuddha.
Okay, just check it out.
Let me see if I go to another computer, see if I can. 1 second, Shuddha.
Because we hear you very well. You're probably hearing it in your own.
Yes, I'm not.
If you cut down your audio input, it might help.
Yeah. 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, I cannot modify much. 1 second. It's come strong, the reverb.
Is that right? Yeah, okay, right. It's got okay. And I will speak so you see if you can change. Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Uvajayanam, Namo Loe Sabba Sahunam, Eso Panch Namo Karo Sabba Pava Pranashanam.
Can you hear me now, Shuddha?
Yeah, we can hear you. Is your echo better?
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, we hear you fine. We hear you fine.
Yeah.
You know, we can hear you fine. So if you speak, you know, it's just at your end that you're having some difficulties, but you know, we can hear you fine. Elena will tell you, we can hear you fine. All right. Yes. Yes, Margarita. What were you saying, Margarita?
Oh, Shuddha, desde que começou, quando você botou aí, o coisa, eu estou aqui tremendo, o corpo começou a vibrar, eu ainda estou aqui tremendo e as mãos suando, o corpo está todo vibrando aqui, tudo dentro de mim, quando com esse eu estou aqui assim meio, chega, estou com as mãos suando, estou toda trêmula aqui dentro do meu corpo.
Yeah, she said she was sweating, and with this vibration of what's going on. Let me see if Elena. Okay, now
Tony, we can hear you fine.
For some reason, yes, Elena, for some reason now it's normal. I don't know if it's Shuddha, I'm okay now, 100%.
Okay, good. Oh, wonderful.
I think it was a tri-mantra, Shuddha. Thank you.
All right. All right. Yeah, okay. So I just shared for, there are 3 garbas in there and I just shared the link for those of you who want to watch it later on. If you can you can feel the energy, the words are very beautiful. Mostly these words are very simple words.
Palavras são simples, a energia é muito bonita. E ele botou o link no chat para vocês, do Garba, se vocês tiverem.
And this Mataji goddess,
Mataji, a deusa Mataji,
has different names. In Gujarat, she's called Amba.
Diferentes. Em Gujarat, ela é chamada Amba, tem nomes diferentes.
And in North India, she's called Vaishno Devi,
Vaishno Devi, na parte norte da Índia.
In Calcutta, she is called Durga, same one.
Durga. Em Calcutta, ela é chamada Durga.
Yeah, and in the South India, she is called simply Devi,
Na parte sul da Índia, ela é chamada simples Devi.
It is recognize that, and there is a very beautiful mantra behind it, it says, Ya Devi Shakti Rupena Samasita. I'm sharing that mantra.
Escrevendo a mantra.
And it is and it's Ya Devi, O Devi, O Devi, O Goddess, you see. O Goddess, you are established all over this universe as the energy, as the representative of the relative energy, okay?
Como representante da energia relativa.
Yeah, and but how do you worship her? Because you see, that's why they have,
referenciamos essa deusa.
So they have different forms of her. They decorate her in so many ways, etc. But she has a very good side, and she has a very angry side. She doesn't tolerate any negative behavior.
Ela tem lado positivo e lado não tão positivo, que ela não tolera comportamento negativo.
And whoever comes and worships her gets purified.
Quem reverencia ela é purificado.
Purified in the relative. Oh mother, mother, and mother is universal. You have madre in Brazil, everywhere. You see, everywhere. Yeah, but this one is the universal energy, and it says Ya Devi, Shakti Rupena Samastita, means you are established in this universe as the energy, E capital energy, right? Energy.
Estabelecido nesse universo como a energia.
You are the established energy.
Energia estabelecida.
Yes, and Namo Tasyai, Namastasya. In other words, I bow down to you.
Namostate.
I bow down to you. You see, and in fact, if they even teach those who are on the spiritual path to look at every woman, every young girl, every lady, every woman as a representative of Mataji, you see.
É dito que é aconselhável olhar a cada criança, a cada mulher como essa representante dessa energia.
Mataji, she has.
Mataji.
You see, every woman has got tremendous energies.
Cada mulher, toda mulher
has got a lot of
energia,
energy, much more energies, much more subtle energies than men. Men become angry, upset.
Muito mais energias sutis que os homens se aborrecem mais fácil.
Men become angry and upset, and they break things, etc. But
os homens quebram as coisas, eles ficam aborrecidos.
Women have they have the built-in energy to survive, you see, and
as mulheres têm energia de sobrevivência.
Yeah. So Mataji's bhakti is very good, and Amba is the name, and Amba Lal is our Dada. You see,
Amba Lal é o nosso Dada.
And he says, I am the one and only. He has said many times, I am the one and only son of Amba, goddess Amba. I am. Let me just change this here. I need to go back to.
Shuddha está colocando alguma coisa no chat.
I need to. I had pinned down.
I had no chat.
Gallery. I need to unpin Santana. Okay. All right. Remove spotlight. Okay. All right. So now, you see, he says, I am. He says, I am the one and only son of Amba.
eu sou o único filho de Amba.
Amba Lal is his name, right?
Amba
Lal. Lal means the how you carry a little one, and say, oh, lovely baby, so Amba Lal.
Just Lal is quando você segura bebezinho pequeno, né? Então Amba Lal.
He says, why do I qualify for this? Is because he says, I have not broken any of her laws. I have never broken any of her laws.
E porque Dada diz isso? Porque ele nunca quebrou nenhuma das leis dela.
In other words, I have moved around in such a way that I would never hurt anyone. I would always,
andava de maneira tal que eu nunca magoei ninguém.
So Mataji, you can join, and simple, if you ladies can get together, and even if you just put on a garba, we have so many garbas from India. If you put on the garba, even if you play this garba that I sent you the link, and you just go around with Mataji, you go around in a circle 1 or 2 or 3 times, watching the video, you will learn the steps, you see, and then it becomes natural for you.
Então, o Shuddha está dizendo que vocês podem colocar esse vídeo e vocês vão dar uma volta, né? Entendendo a dança, essa garba vai ficar natural para vocês.
Some of the ladies who visited India from Brazil, they were doing the garbas, were they not?
O Shuddha está dizendo que as senhoras, ladies que estão no Satsang, que visitaram a Índia, eram membros do Garba, né? Estavam dançando Garba, né? Em Simandastiri, não? Não, Berna.
Yes,
Berna está sorrindo.
She knows, yes.
Berna sabe.
Berna wore a sari and all those things, right?
Usando sari.
Yes, and also, you see, these 9 nights are specially reserved for Mataji. But, our Akram Vignan, we can do Garba anytime, we put Dada in the middle.
Ela diz que essas 9 noites foram estabelecidas para Mataji, para essas comemorações, mas nós, Mahatmas, a gente pode fazer Garba todo o tempo, né, com o nosso Dada no centro.
Shuddha has written a song for Mataji, but, later on, not today. You remind me, and I will share the link with you. So, and then share the meaning, okay?
Para lembrar mas não hoje, mas o Shuddha disse que para nós lembrarmos a ele que ele escreveu uma música para Mataji, ele queria ler o texto, né, essa letra dessa música, mais tarde. Santana está encarregado, hein, Santana? Lembrar o Shuddha para ele dividir com os Mahatmas no futuro, no Satsang.
Yeah, you remind me and I'll send it to you. In fact, it is part of our... It's part of our Akram Vignan Garbha Pads, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, essa prática do Garbha é parte do Akram Vignan.
Wonderful. Anybody have any more questions about Mataji or Ma or Mother before we move on? Yes.
Alguma questão sobre Mataji ou sobre mãe antes que seguimos adiante?
Yeah, it's like a matter of heavy faith, you know. Tremendous faith. Yeah.
Questão dessa fé intensa, tremenda fé.
In the video, you saw one of the place. It's high up on a mountain, you know, the temple, and many of the devotees, when the Garbha season starts in India, they go by foot, carrying the Garbha, you know, on their head, by foot all the way up. You know, they can take a cab or rickshaw, but no, they go by foot because this is their pilgrimage. You know, this is their. You've seen that in Brazil too. Some of the people do. You know.
E ele está falando que muitas mulheres nessa estação do Garbha, né, elas vão para a montanha, para o templo, e muitas dessas mulheres vão com os pés descalços, né, para carregando essa What do they carry?
They carry is elaborate. It's supposed to. You saw what the girls were carrying, you know, in the dance. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but you know, sometimes they make it more elaborate. You know, just.
Elaboram algumas coisas representando, né, acho que a gratidão delas.
And you know, next to Simha city.
Tipo de peregrinação, né? Isso também temos com. Por exemplo, na religião no Brasil, no mundo, né, as pessoas fazem essa peregrinação a santa, etc. É tipo deste.
And next to Simha, 2 hours from Simha city is the main place for Mataji. You know, it is very, very considered very holy. Ambaji, called Ambaji.
Ambaji. 2 horas de Simha city é local que também fazem estas celebrações de Mataji também, festividades.
Yeah, you saw the top of that, you know, you saw another image of, that was the image of that temple in Ambaji. You see?
Então, parece que aquele templo que foi passado no DVD, esse é um templo em Ambaji.
Okay, so here we go now. We go to Vyavasthit.
Vamos retornar então à leitura do Dadavani.
And we were, you know, we had started this.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we had just started, and you know, we had started a little bit, but we didn't go into the details. Okay.
Iniciamos na vez passada, mas não fomos in the details. Shuddha, exactly, I think you, as I recall, the last, it was differentiation before between Vyavasthit and Vyavasthit Shakti, and you said that you're going to go into that today.
Yes, it's, so that's the heading here.
A leitura, o cabeçalho aqui.
So who created Vyavasthit Shakti? The question is asking.
Quem criou Vyavasthit Shakti?
And Dadashri says no one has created it. It is just like when one gives an examination, then after giving the exam, does the result come on its own? Does one have to do anything about it? This is the result. Who gives the result of the exam?
Então, o Dadashri diz que ninguém o criou, e é quando alguém dá um exame, depois de fazer o exame, o resultado sai sozinho ou é preciso fazer alguma coisa? Este é o resultado desse teste, desse exame. Quem dá o resultado do exame?
Questioner, the principal does the result. And Dadashri says the principal does not give it. whatever you wrote in the exam, that is what gives you the result. Then the rest is a different matter, you see, like the other part is a different matter.
Então, o interlocutor, o diretor da escola dá o resultado, e Dadashri diz, o diretor não dá o resultado.
Now,
o que quer que você tenha escrito na sua prova, no seu teste, no seu exame, é isso que lhe dá o resultado. Então, o restante é um assunto diferente.
Why is this in red? Any idea? And this
I think that when it's put on red, is the translator is not certain.
Why? Okay, right.
If the translation is correct, it seems that let's see. This is
It's it is an answer to this question. The principle.
Exactly. Then the rest is a different matter. Então, what is left, it's a different matter. O que foi deixado, o que sobrou é um assunto diferente. This is exactly the translation should.
Okay. Similarly, whatever your avasthit, now avasthit, and avasthit and vyavasthit, there are two words coming. One is avasthit and the other one is vyavasthit, you see?
Duas palavras, vyavasthit and avasthit.
And this is whatever your avasthit in the last life. It means you became absorbed in the effect. We will discuss this. Whatever your avasthit is, that indeed is vyavasthit. It is indeed the result of what you had written. It appears as though the professor is giving it appears as if the professor is giving your result, but actually it is what the result you get is the result of what you had written in the last life. This is
Então, da mesma forma, qualquer que seja o seu avasthit, né, que você ficou absorvido por esse efeito, isso realmente é Vyavasthit. Na verdade, é o resultado do que você tem escrito, do que você escreveu na prova. Parece que o professor está dando o resultado.
Yes. What would one say if after coming home you were to keep thinking about the exam you just gave? Everything is Vyavasthit. Put the matter aside and do something else. Does Vyavasthit happen or not? Does the result fall under the category of Vyavasthit or not? After giving the exam, is whatever happens Vyavasthit or avyavasthit? The opposite of Vyavasthit is avyavasthit. This is the difference between, there are three words, Vyavasthit, avyavasthit, and then there is this word here that we said, which was avasthit. We got to make sure that there is, differentiate the three.
São as três palavras diferentes que o Shuddha está dizendo para que nós vermos a diferença dessas três palavras.
Yeah. In other words, he's saying, after giving the exam, is whatever happens Vyavasthit or is it avyavasthit? Or avyavasthit means the opposite. Is it Vyavasthit or is it avyavasthit? You see?
Depois do resultado, então, foi Vyavasthit ou avyavasthit? Then I'll read the translation, correct?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. O que alguém diria se depois de voltar para casa você continuasse pensando no exame que acabou de fazer? Tudo é Vyavasthit. Coloque esse assunto de lado e faça outra coisa agora. Vyavasthit acontece ou não? O resultado cai na categoria de Vyavasthit ou não? Depois de aplicar o exame, depois que tomou o exame, tudo que acontece é Vyavasthit ou avyavasthit, inexato, desordenado.
And the questioner replies, Vyavasthit.
Interlocutor diz Vyavasthit.
Dadashri, that is it. It is a result. This world is the result, and therefore it is Vyavasthit.
O Dadashri diz, é isso, é um resultado. Este mundo é um resultado e, portanto, é Vyavasthit.
Yeah, this powerful sentence. The world is the result, and therefore it is Vyavasthit.
É, sentença poderosa. O mundo é um resultado e, portanto, é Vyavasthit.
No. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I thought you said, oh, Vyavasthit. Okay, this is
Vyavasthit. No, I did
yes.
Vyavasthit.
All right. Yes. Sorry. Yes.
No,
and this thing is, you see, the world is the result, is like the view of the Gnani, the awakened one. You and I are the awakened ones now, you see. We are not the sleeping ones, you see.
Nós somos os espertos now, o Shuddha diz.
Yeah, we are all awakened. And in the awakening, what is in front of us is a result.
Então, nós somos despertos e o que está em nossa frente, como os despertos, é um resultado, o que está em nossa frente.
Yeah. The result means effect. It's a result.
Resultado significa efeito.
Effect, right? Discharge, etc. You know, whatever.
Descarga,
yeah,
etc.
Yeah. So the result, right? Will now. Questioner. That which we refer to as Vyavasthit and we refer to as the pure soul, does it not have any relationship with that? Does the Vyavasthit have a relationship with pure soul? Okay, and Dadashri replies, the only relationship is that the result of the examination that was given in the last life will indeed come. And no one is the doer, karta, of the result. It is just that this is the result of that, you see?
Então, o interlocutor, aquilo a que referimos como Vyavasthit e a que nós referimos como alma pura, não tem relação com isto? Aí o Dadashri diz, a única relação é o resultado do exame realmente virá. É que o resultado do exame realmente virá. E ninguém é o fazedor, carta, do resultado. Ninguém é o fazedor do resultado. Isso é somente o resultado daquilo.
So, questioner, so all this is within the Shuddha Chetan, the pure self, Shuddha Chetan, pure self. Do all the actions and reactions keep happening from that? And the other she says, it is not even within, it is completely separate.
Okay. Então, o interlocutor diz, então, tudo isso está dentro do Shuddha Chetan, né? Do ser puro. Todas as ações, reações continuam acontecendo a partir disto. Dadashri não está dentro, está completamente separado.
Okay. So let me just stop sharing this and then we discuss this.
Vamos discutir agora pouco mais profundamente.
There's a lot of details in here today. Let me see what's in the chat. Somebody if there's anything that's written.
Para olhar o chat para ver se alguma
comentário. Okay, thank you. Santana is just writing the English. All right. Okay. All right. Now, this is going further. You know, the examination is a examination and a result. Every examination has a result that can be understood by everyone. You know, if you do not study well.
O Shuddha está dizendo que todo exame tem resultado. Ele diz, né? Se você não estudou bem,
And when the questions come in front of you, you just write whatever, and then the result will come. Who can you blame?
E as questões, você tem as questões, se você não estudou, você vai responder da melhor maneira e o resultado vai surgir. Quem você vai culpar?
Yeah, so now he is not talking about Vyavasthit, he is talking about Vyavasthit Shakti.
Aqui ele está falando, não está falando sobre Vyavasthit, está falando sobre Vyavasthit Shakti.
Yeah, it's Vyavasthit Shakti is the energy that brings the results of the intentions that were created in the last life. You see,
o Vyavasthit é a energia que traz o resultado daquilo que foi criado na vida passada.
Intentions are created in ignorance. Intention, the biggest is the body is doing everything. Body gets up in the morning, body is hungry, body goes to the bathroom, body sleeps, okay? And then the person...
O corpo acorda, o corpo toma café, o corpo dorme, etc.
Yeah, but the person believes, I did this, I did this.
E a pessoa crê que eu fiz isso, eu fiz isso.
I am tired, I didn't do this well, etc. Whole day this thing goes in this awareness. This is the false awareness, right?
E vai nessa consciência que é uma consciência falsa, o Shuddha diz.
Yeah, see, so in other words, automatically it gets printed in the last life. This whatever happens through the false belief and the false possession, you see, both are wrong. False belief and false possession. I am this body and this body is mine, and then everything starts. Whatever happens, that automatically that just gives the examination as an example, but it's automatically everything is being written inside, you see.
E ele diz que na realidade, com relação a essa prova, na realidade tudo foi escrito internamente. Da mesma maneira que o que aconteceu com essas, o que foi criado na vida passada, que está se manifestando nessa vida atual.
It's
que eu sou, por exemplo, acreditar que eu sou esse corpo, que isso aconteceu comigo, são essas crenças errôneas.
By this very nature, this Pudgal, this non-self complex called the body, is filled with material that will result in either attachment or aversion, abhorrence, you see. Automatically things keep on happening within this body that is associated with attachment or aversion, you see.
Então esse complexo do corpo, que é chamado do não ser, né, está rodeado por apego e por aversão.
You see, and the other Shri says this word avasthit, avastha, right? Avastha, you all are familiar with this. Avastha means situation, you see.
Avastha significa situação.
A situation is something that you find yourself in, right?
Situação é aquilo que você se encontra envolvido com.
You come home and you get some news, about the family, and you find yourself here in a situation now, you see.
Você chega em casa e tem notícias sobre a família, então você se encontra numa situação. O Shuddha é um exemplo.
Yeah, avastha.
Avastha.
Yeah, okay, you see, automatically you get, and it's called avastha. You see, now it's a situation, and you becoming involved in the situation is called avasthit, okay?
E você sendo envolvido na situação é called avasthit.
Involved in the situation how do you become involved in the situation is called avasthit. In other words, now he has become colored. He has become avasthit. He has already totally been covered up with the situation, right? Avasthit.
Então, nesse estado de avasthit, você está totalmente coberto com a situação.
Yeah, you become involved in the situation. You and I used to become involved in situations when we did not know who we were. You know, you and I were behaving as Tony or Shuddha or, you know, Michelle or Kayo before the Gnanvidhi. And after the Gnanvidhi, now we know that these situations arise, but we really do not become embroiled or attached, you know, completely, you know. All right?
Can I translate this?
Yes.
Shuddha, please. O Shuddha está fazendo a diferenciação antes de recebermos o Gnanvidhi. Ele falou Shuddha, Tony, Michel, Caio. Né? Antes não sabíamos disso, né? E nós nos envolvíamos nessas situações, mas depois do Gnanvidhi, não. A separação nos permite estar não envolvidos com as situações.
Yeah, you see, this is the beauty of it. You know, we are now the awakened ones, you see, and Dadashri says, whatever arises, the situation doesn't come out of the sky. You know, any situation that happens to Marco or to Denise or to Dennis, any situation that arises has not happened all of a sudden.
Essas situações, o Shuddha diz que acontece com o Caio, com Denise, elas não caem do céu.
It hasn't happened all of a sudden. It is exactly Vyavasthit, because we had become avasthit or involved in a situation before in the previous life, and now the result is coming up here.
Então, na vida prévia, nós ficamos envolvidos como avasthit, e agora esta situação está desabrochando e entendemos que para a gente não nos envolvemos e vemos como Vyavasthit.
Yes, you know, avastha is situation, you see, avastha and sanjog is circumstance, you see. So there is a difference between a situation and a circumstance.
Ele está fazendo a diferença entre a situação que é avastha and circumstances, samyog.
Sanyog or sanjog, or is it sanjog, you know, sanjog, sanyog, you know, coming together of evidences creates a circumstance, you see.
Juntas as evidências criam as circunstâncias.
Yeah, circumstances created, but the situation is more personal. You see, now if it affects you, if the circumstance affects you, now there is a tendency for that circumstance to become a situation for you, right? It's not a physical situation, it's an internal thing.
É uma coisa interna, essa situação é uma coisa interna, não é? O Shuddha diz.
Yeah, of course, there is the external, you know.
A parte externa, claro.
Yeah, it is the external, and then there is the internal, you see. But whether it is the external or the internal situation, external circumstance and internal situation, we are the blissful knowers and seers of it, see. So, you know, and...
Então, a parte interna são as situações, e da parte externa são as circunstâncias.
Yeah, so this one is...
E nós nos tornamos aqueles que sabem e ver.
Yeah.
Os bem-aventurados.
Yeah. You see what, there is a sentence here which says, that which was,
Ele está procurando uma sentença.
Yeah, that which we refer to is the only relation. Okay, it was here, and I'm trying to get that. It's a very powerful sentence of Dada.
É uma sentença poderosa do Dada que o Shuddha está procurando.
And it is
this world is a result? Shuddha, no.
And it was, he says, This is principle after the principle. The principle is not doing the at fault.
Okay.
And the principle is not at fault.
Yeah, I think was above, a little bit above.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, put that matter, and the result falls under the category. After giving the exam, whatever happens is Vyavasthit.
The principal professor não tem culpa, né? Dando o exame.
Yeah, and then then he says the principal is not doing it. You see, he says that, right, somewhere.
Yes, the principal. Okay,
yeah. I see. Okay.
I think it's right there.
Yeah, right here, right.
The professor. Yeah.
Yeah, right. The principal. This sentence.
Yeah. Yes. Similarmente, yeah.
See, this is so. Whatever is our avasthit, you can put
seja o nosso avasthit,
instead of your. Of course, Dada is saying whatever is our avasthit, whatever avasthit, whatever absorption in the effect was.
Qualquer absorção do efeito, qualquer que for a absorção do efeito, Dada diz.
You see, is our Vyavasthit. You see,
é na realidade o Vyavasthit.
You see, if in the last life, in the last life, even though it was a very interesting circumstance where there was a lot of enjoyment and a lot
na vida passada, qualquer foi a circunstância que você teve prazer, gostou bastante.
Everybody was having fun, but you were kind of neutral. You were neither attracted nor repelled, right?
Mas nós estávamos neutros, né? Não estávamos nem atraídos, nem com repulsão, nem com aversão.
And you left the party without, saying, "Oh, wow, gaga," or without getting absorbed in the effect.
E você deixou a festa sem ficar absorvido no efeito.
Then in this life, the party will happen, but you will neither be attracted nor repelled.
Então, mas nessa vida a festa vai acontecer, mas você não ficou nem atraído e nem teve aversão ao que aconteceu.
So whatever is our avasthit is that Vyavasthit. You see, this is a very powerful sentence. Yeah.
Can you just I will repeat, qualquer que seja o seu avasthit, este é na realidade o Vyavasthit.
Yeah, and avasthit is best described as, you became involved in the situation, you became colored, you became completely mired, you became completely, covered up in the situation, you see.
Você ficou coberto na situação.
You see, and you and I know that again something will happen in this life and we get completely involved in the situation. You see.
E alguma coisa nós sabemos que o que acontece na nossa vida, nesta vida nossa agora, coisas acontecem e nós ficamos envolvidos completamente.
And then later on we say, then later on. And it's Vyavasthit. Whatever happened is Vyavasthit.
E mais tarde vamos dizer o que aconteceu é Vyavasthit.
Yeah, you see, because it is Vyavasthit, knowledge is working inside each one of us, my friends.
E esse conceito de Vyavasthit está trabalhando porque o conceito de Vyavasthit estão trabalhando em todos nós aqui presentes.
It is because of that you and I. It is because of that you and I can go to sleep without any worries, you see,
E é por causa disso que nós podemos descansar, dormir à noite sem preocupações.
Yes, because it is not understand this word avasthit, understand this word involvement, understand this word
entenda essa palavra, essa situação avasthit, desenvolver, entenda isso.
Getting so, it's the other word is the inner state is called tanmayakar. You became completely absorbed in it.
E a outra palavra, outro conceito é essa palavra tamayakar, que você fica totalmente absorvido.
You became a Santana or you became a Maria Marianne, you see.
Então você
just
se
say at that
tornou
time.
Tony, o Antônio se tornou Marianne.
Yeah, no, at that time. And you might even raise your voice and you might even say a few words, you see, but that's all drama, you see.
E você pode aumentar, a sua voz pode ficar mais alta, o volume da sua voz, mas tudo isso não passa de drama.
Yeah, why? Because, this is exactly how it is. This is exactly how it is. Dadashri says, this is an effect. This is an effect, you see.
É assim que o Dada diz, isto é nada mais que efeito.
Yeah, whatever, you see, everything that the world is. There was another very powerful sentence that came before.
Outra sentença poderosa que surgiu
this world is the result, and it is Vyavasthit, right? We saw that.
Esse mundo é resultado e é Vyavasthit. Nós vimos isto.
Yeah, the world is the result, and it is Vyavasthit. There's nothing else to be seen. Nothing else.
Não há nada mais a ser visto, né? Que esse mundo é resultado e é Vyavasthit. Não há nada mais a acrescentar.
There's nothing to be surprised about, you see. There is nothing.
Não há surpresas aqui.
Yeah, nothing to be surprised about. Whatever happens is the exact result of that which we have been through before. That is what Dadashri is trying to say.
Basicamente, o que acontece esse Vyavasthit não é nada mais do que o que nós passamos antes, né? Que foi o que é plantado na vida passada e está se desabrochando agora. O resultado é Vyavasthit.
Yeah, and so in that, so the situation is not the problem. The situation will arise for you and I, for sure. The situation continues to unfold in each front of us, in each one, inside and outside. Different kinds of situations arise, right?
Então, o Shuddha diz que a situação não é o problema, né? Ela vai surgir, não? Diferentes situações vão surgir em nossas vidas.
Yeah, the situations right now, you see, we have a sentence, avastha matra kudrati rachna che. Every situation is a natural construct. It is a natural construct, and there is no one creating that situation.
Ele diz, toda situação é criada constantemente. Should I please repeat?
Avastha matra kudrati rachna che. See. Maybe it's a sentence in our Charan Vidya. Let me just.
No Charan Vidya. Okay.
Yeah.
And can you
write it down
in English, please?
Yeah. Right. Yes. Let me just stop sharing this thing so I can do it. It is that avastha. You see, situation. You see, situation. Avastha, situation. Matra means every situation. Avastha matra. Kudrat means nature. Kudrat and kudrati means natural. Kudrati, natural. So every situation is a natural. Rachana means construct. So it is a rachana. Avastha matra kudrati rachana. Che means is. So it is saying that every situation is a natural construct. Every situation that arises in front of us is a natural construct.
Cada situação é naturalmente criada em frente a nós. É basicamente o que ele está dizendo.
Yeah, nature has created it. You see,
a natureza criou isso.
I'm just going to. All right. So every situation is a natural construct, and there is no boss overhead doing it.
Ninguém está fazendo isso. Essa situação surge naturalmente à nossa frente.
And
moment after moment, right?
Yeah, second after second.
Segundo após segundo, essas situações se desabrocham na nossa frente.
Second after session, whatever is happening to this body, whatever is happening to this mind, whatever is happening.
Acontece ao corpo, a esta mente.
Whatever is happening. Through the actions of this body. You see?
Através das reações desse corpo.
You see? It's a natural construct. It has been constructed by nature, and
Construída por natureza, naturalmente.
And I am the blissful knower of it.
E eu sou o bem-aventurado conhecedor disto.
Right. I'm the blissful knower of it.
Eu sou o bem-aventurado. We get in trouble when we think it's happening to us. We
thinking, we get into trouble by. We really don't get into trouble.
Eu perguntei ao Shuddha se a gente entra em problema, achando que isso está acontecendo com a gente. O Shuddha disse que não. A gente não. Nós não entramos
Mahatmas
em problema.
Don't get in trouble.
Only Tony.
No Mahatmas get in trouble. This is the correction. This is the correction. You see, this is this is an auto correction. You see, there is our word programs. They have an auto correct feature. You see, when you're writing something, it auto correct.
É uma correção automática, né? Um programa automático corrigindo.
No matter what you type or what you write, it auto corrects.
Quando você está fazendo, né? Está batendo a máquina e a máquina corrige por ela, né? Por ela. A Shuddha está dando uma explicação similar.
Our auto correction is our light. The light.
Então a nossa luz é essa correção automática.
After a while, the cloud will move a little bit, and you will be able to see it.
Depois de algum tempo, a nuvem vai mover-se e sua visão vai ser totalmente recuperada. Você vai ver claramente.
When it is under the crowd, you feel, oh man, why did I do this, or why did I get upset?
Se você está debaixo daquela nuvem negra, por que eu fiz isso? Por que eu me envolvi? Por que estou aborrecido?
So why did I do this and why did I get upset? Both of them are wrong
Por que eu
questions.
fiz e por que estou preocupado? Então, ambas são perguntas não são corretas. Né?
Neither are we the doers, nor are you the one who is getting upset, you see?
É porque fiz e porque me preocupei. São questões errôneas. Não use essa questão.
You were upset in the last life when it happened, and so now that thing is going to happen again. You see,
então você estava preocupado na vida passada quando aquele acontecimento surgiu, então veio nessa vida.
And when it happens again now,
quando
there is a
acontece
difference.
Outra vez agora há uma diferença grande.
Now when it happens, you and I know the difference, you see.
Quando isso acontece agora nessa vida, nós sabemos qual é a diferença.
Now we don't have to be told again and again that it is my own that is coming in front of me. My own is coming back in front of me, you see.
É como se o eu está surgindo na minha frente outra vez.
And then nothing new is coming.
Nada novo está surgindo.
Nothing new can be, nothing new.
It is my own. My own is
Last life.
Bem-aventurado.
No. My own means in this relative, whatever is happening is my own. You see, is my own means whatever is, whether it is a pleasant relative situation or
se
whether
it
situação,
is. Esse o meu que está surgindo diante de mim, se for algo que é agradável ou desagradável.
Whether it is a pleasant situation or unpleasant situation, it is coming. You see, it is coming. We forgot to take a break today, so let us take about a 5-minute break.
Então, o Shuddha diz que esquecemos do nosso intervalozinho de 5 minutos, então
all right.
A gente vai
then
fazer uma pausa de 5 minutos.
Thank you, Santana, and thank you, Tony.
Obrigado, Santana. Obrigado, Santana. Okay, sure.
All right. So we continue and
Então, we're going to continue. Vamos continuar, então.
These fundamental sentences are very powerful, you know.
Sentenças fundamentais são muito poderosas.
You know, and again, when we apply it, that this is an effect, this that is in front of me is a result, and that is otherwise called the world.
Isso que está na minha frente é efeito de outra forma chamado mundo, é resultado.
Yeah, in front of me, this that is in front of me, and not front of me, small me, but M capital me, the Amapura.
Na minha frente, minha com M maiúsculo, a alma pura.
Is a result, and in a result, therefore, there is absolutely no place to blame anyone, you see.
E não há lugar para a gente encontrar erro ou culpar ninguém pelo que aconteceu.
See, we begin to understand the subtle nature, the subtle complications of attachment and aversion reactions, you see. It is never just attachment alone, it is never pleasure alone, it is associated with pain effects, you see.
Então, não é sempre prazer sozinho, é sempre um associado com o outro, prazer e a dor também.
And the difference between what the world sees and what I, the awakened one, see is all the difference. You see, you and I now, the more and more we have to see it all as the awakened one. Never, you know, the other way we are seeing, and we have been seeing before, and we have been so deluded, and we have taken such a beating because we see with these eyes, you see.
Então, ele está dizendo os olhos que temos agora e os olhos que tínhamos no passado, e levamos tanta surra, e agora não, porque nós estamos vendo as coisas com olhos diferentes.
Yeah, the difference between Vyavasthit and Vyavasthit Shakti is essentially Vyavasthit is what, in the exact understanding is, Vyavasthit is the repetition of my involvement. You know, in other words, whatever I was involved in is again here in front of me, and that is Vyavasthit, you see.
Can I translate that, please? Ele diz que Vyavasthit é a repetição, o que está se repetindo do meu envolvimento, com que eu estive envolvido, é uma repetição.
Yeah, is the Vyavasthit as a situation, you see?
É o Vyavasthit com uma situação.
Right. And all of these transient, now no situation lasts forever. It comes and goes, but it is associated with countless, you know, countless and countless vibrations in all different directions, you see. And those vibrations have to be allowed to be settled down. You have to allow to settle down those vibrations through Agna 4. You see, Agna 4 is designed to allow those vibrations that were created in the last life, again happening in this life. You have to allow them to settle down now.
Então, essas vibrações que vão surgir que surgem para a gente, essas vibrações que foram plantadas nas vidas passadas, a gente sempre temos que resolvê-las com a Agna 4, né?
I say any of these agnas, 1, 2, or 3 will immediately keep you absolutely safe, untouched, and nothing further needs, and there is nothing further to be said or done. It is over, you see.
Então, qualquer dessas águias, 1, 2 e 3, elas vão mantê-lo protegido.
You see, this is another interesting sentence which you, our dear Tony, read for all of you, and that is, this world is a result It's such a simple sentence, but when more you think about it, more you get some deeper answers into it, okay?
E essa frase que o Shuddha está dizendo, né, que esse mundo é um resultado, né? Quanto mais envolvimento, mais envolvido você está, você fica curioso, mais respostas você vai conseguir disso.
And he says the world is a result, and therefore it is Vyavasthit.
O mundo é um resultado então é Vyavasthit.
Yeah, Vyavasthit is not at all concerned in causes. Causes are independent. Causes
estão independentes.
Causes are created independently through ignorance, you see, through ignorance.
Causas são criadas independentemente através da ignorância.
Ignorance, not knowing who I am. I can do it. You can do it. Are you sure you can do it? Go ahead and do it, you see.
Não sabendo quem você é. Você está certo que você pode fazer? Vai, faça, então.
Yeah, so the whole world is doing, you see, and now this world that is in front of you and me, you know, and these special Mahatmas of Brazil, you see, our world, that is everyone, each one of us, our world is different. Tony's world is different, Dennis's world is different, Elena's world is different. Everyone's world is different.
Então, ele está dizendo que o mundo de cada dos Mahatmas que estão presentes aqui, nosso mundo é diferente do outro.
And it is different because the three of us are sitting in a different location, you see. So it's when you change space, the view changes and the intentions change, you see. Yeah. Space changes, view changes, intentions change, you see.
Então, o espaço muda, a visão, a vista muda e a intenção também muda.
And so he says, this is beautiful. He says, this world is a result. Therefore, it is Vyavasthit. Therefore, Vyavasthit, it's Vyavasthit. Result. You call it a result? Result is Vyavasthit.
Você chama o que está acontecendo resultado, então o resultado é igual, resultado é Vyavasthit.
Now the question is, which result in this world that is unfolding in front of us will you not call Vyavasthit?
Qual é o resultado na frente que surge na sua frente que você
não
chama de Vyavasthit?
Is there anything that happens which you cannot call Vyavasthit? And the answer is no, because that is
alguma coisa. Ele está dizendo alguma coisa que acontece na sua frente que você não chama de Vyavasthit? A resposta não há nada.
If it happens, it is Vyavasthit, period. If it happens,
se acontece, foi Vyavasthit.
And if it doesn't happen, then you can get involved. If it doesn't happen, you see, because you and I are used to happening. What do you call happening? Oh, it's in the news now. Everybody knows about it's happened. No,
yeah.
That's different.
E o Shuddha está dizendo, né, que é diferente do que é acontecendo. Então ele diz que o que está na notícia agora, isso é diferente de Vyavasthit.
Yeah, right. You see, and then this is the critical question that is asked to the Gnani. It says, is there a connection between Vyavasthit and Amapura? And the Dadashri says, it's an interesting answer he gives. He says the connection is that the result is still going to come in front of you. That is the only connection, right?
Houve essa questão para o Gnani, né, que Vyavasthit é uma pura, né, e a resposta a conexão é que o resultado vai surgir na sua frente.
It's going to come because as long as there is this air going in and out of this body, you see, and thoughts are happening, you see, And those are also coming, are they not? You know, air is coming in, air is going out. You see, thoughts are coming, thoughts are leaving.
Ele diz que ele está dizendo que esses resultados que vão surgir são devido aos pensamentos que surgem em nossas mentes. É o ar que penetra no nosso interior e o ar que vai para o exterior também.
So that is the connection. What is the connection? The connection is that it is available for us to see that it is happening. You see, it is available for us to see that it is happening. The air is coming in and the air is going out. Breathing is relaxed right now, but this breathing may not remain so relaxed in certain situations, you see.
Então, qual é a conexão? A conexão é que nós podemos ver o que está acontecendo na nossa frente.
This whole machine can take over. Anger can take over this machine. You see,
a raiva pode se apoderar dessa máquina, né?
Or disease can take over this machine, and then something blocks your lungs or something, it's not working well inside the system, and so everything changes, right?
Alguma coisa bloqueia e o seu pulmão passa a não trabalhar e há mudanças internas e tudo muda.
You see, this COVID came and COVID vaccines came, you see. This is how it is, you see. These are all results. Both are results.
Ele está dizendo que o COVID surgiu e a vacina surgiu, tudo é resultado.
So my friends, this is, this, and then he says this action, reactions, etc. is happening inside, and he says, it's an interesting answer of the other. And he says, is this action and reaction happening inside?
Essa ação e reação estão realmente acontecendo internamente?
Is it happening inside Amapura?
Está acontecendo dentro da alma pura?
And Dadashri says, it is not inside, it is totally separate. Amazing,
Não há dentro, é totalmente separado, o Dada responde.
And the knower scientifically is always separate. The knower never enters into any kind of activity. The knower continues to remain the knower. You see?
E o que sabe nunca entra em atividades, ele continua sendo o que sabe.
The knower continues to remain the knower. The positive, negative effects that happen to the body, the pleasant and the unpleasant effects, are actually received at the ego level. They are not happening to the Amapura. You see?
Esse conhecedor fica ciente só observando o que acontece positivamente ou negativo ao corpo, né? Que são resultado do ego.
So the result. The result that we see, which the Dadashri says, this is the world. The world is the result, and therefore it is Vyavasthit. That means this is the final answer of Vyavasthit, you see, that everything that you and I are able to see now in all its glory, in all its magnificence. You see, it has begun. Our seeing has begun at a very different level now, is it not? We are not worried about, I feel bad or I feel good. That's,
Isso, então, o Shuddha está refletindo nós começamos a ter essa visão nova, não com relação à preocupação, né? Agora, a nossa visão sendo diferente, nós não nos preocupamos tanto no que está aparecendo na nossa frente.
What do you say, Mariani? Yes, I'm here. What are you saying? Good to see you, dear.
Está falando, Mariane, bom ver você.
Yes.
Muito bom também. Good to see you.
Yes.
Bom ver, good to see you. Bom ver você.
Vyavasthit continues.
Vyavasthit continua.
Vyavasthit effects continue in front of us, in life, The children grow,
As crianças crescem.
Everything is just continuing to really just unfold.
Yeah. Tudo continua e esse desdobramento continua também.
Our job, our role is to see, is there any kind of dissatisfaction left in it? Is there any kind of problem with the beauty with which it is unfolding? The way it's unfolding is beautiful if you understand just what we read today from Dada.
Shuddha está dizendo que esse processo de desdobramento não importa como, se nós entendemos o que foi dito aqui na Satsang por Dada, esse desdobramento não nos vai tocar, seja ele o que seja. Essa em essência o que ele está dizendo.
Yeah, you go to bed saying, "Oh, I've had a bad day. I'll have to forget all of this," and then tomorrow comes and it's totally different, and you do not even remember today.
Como você pode dizer, eu tive dia péssimo hoje, né? Amanhã o dia chega e você vai ter dia bom, e dessa maneira amanhã você nem vai se lembrar o que aconteceu hoje.
Yeah. So avastha matra kudrati rachna che. It's in our Charan Vidhi. It is really, every situation is a natural scientific, it's a natural construct.
Cada situação que surge em frente de nós é uma construção natural.
Anete vyavasthit bhawej raheli che, and that is in the view. That is how Dada has used the word. It is in the Anete Vyavasthit Bhavaj Raheli che. In other words, every situation is Vyavasthit. I mean, without going too much detail on it, every situation is Vyavasthit. Whose situation will you say it's not Vyavasthit?
Toda situação é Vyavasthit. Em que situação não é Vyavasthit?
Tony and I know as physicians, that, is before the patient comes to us, you see, they are so worried, what's going on, and you just touch the patient, you say, sit down and listen to their story, a little bit. And you give it a little explanation, and all of that disappears. You see, everything has been manufactured by, in ignorance, is it not?
E ele está dizendo, né, como médico Shuddha, né, os médicos, às vezes os pacientes vêm e quando os médicos tocam esse paciente, parece que aquilo muda totalmente essa consciência dessa pessoa que estava sendo movida na base de ignorância.
There is. You just have to be. You have to maintain your distance from what is happening in this world, whether it is painful and awful, horrible to listen or to see, or what's happening. Just maintain your distance, because every situation is highly specific to the soul. You see, every soul who has a body is its situation. That soul has not escaped yet, you see.
Então, ele disse como que nós devemos nos manter à distância, o que está se desdobrando em nossa frente, né? Porque todos temos uma situação e especificamente as almas têm uma situação.
Your friend calls you on the phone and tells you about her problems, and you start getting worried about her, and she tells you this and she tells you this, and you get involved. But later on, when you call and you say, let me talk to her, her husband will tell you, oh, she's fast asleep. So you are carrying all of that inside your head now.
E o Shuddha está dizendo essa situação, né, que, por exemplo, um amigo, uma amiga lhe chama com um problema e te conta o que está acontecendo. Então, você realmente, em vez de você ter essa atitude de manter a distância, não, você fica totalmente absorvido. Aí no outro dia você chama essa pessoa outra vez e o esposo ou a esposa atende o telefone e diz: ela está dormindo agora, ou ele está dormindo agora. E você ficou totalmente envolvido, preocupado, e as consequências, porque você não manteve essa distância do problema. That's what you meant when you said the circumstances are specific to each soul, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
E ele diz que cada alma tem a sua, né, o seu caminho que vai desabrochar em frente, e nós nos envolvemos aí o que acontece.
And there is absolutely no need to project. Yes, there is no need to project the way you feel about it onto another person.
E não projeta a maneira que você sente do que a pessoa está descrevendo a você. Não projeta.
In the final analysis, every soul is blissful and every soul goes to sleep.
Então, na análise final, toda alma é bem-aventurada e toda alma vai dormir à noite.
Whether it is
Shuddha, Solange, Araújo, would you like to ask a question?
Okay, sure. All right, Solange, my dear. Yes, Solange.
Yes.
Oi?
Yes.
Oi?
Yeah.
Jai Satchidana.
Jai Satchidana, Vishuddhatma Bhagwan. Jai Satchidana.
Eu não... desculpa.
A questão, Solange.
Viu? Não. Desculpa, foi sem querer. Foi sem querer que eu bati. Não. Agora que eu entendi, tá?
Tá bom.
Tá bom?
Apparently she touched the button. She does not have a question.
Okay, that's all right. You see, the beauty about Dada Satsangs is that the answers come from within. You see, everybody gets the answers from inside. You see.
No satsang, todos nós recebemos as respostas internamente.
Yeah.
Should I have a question? I don't know if it stay in my mind. When you talk about Vyavasthit and Vyavasthit Shakti, I don't think that we did finish because it was
right.
Before the break. If you could, please.
Yeah, right. Vyavasthit Shakti is the energy that dispenses the results.
Dispensa o resultado. Vyavasthit Shakti é a energia que dispensa o resultado.
Dispenser of the energies, you see.
É o que dispensa a energia.
Of the result. It dispenses the result, you see. And Vyavasthit is the vision. You see, I say this whole world is a result, and it is Vyavasthit, period. You're done.
So Vyavasthit é a visão, ponto final.
Yeah, Vyavasthit is the knowledge.
Vyavasthit é o conhecimento.
Is the knowledge in that it's actually the knowledge that Dada has given us in totality about this doer, that who is doing all of this stuff, who is doing whatever it is, whatever is happening to your body, for heaven's sake, your own body.
Quem é o fazedor do que realmente está acontecendo no seu corpo, por exemplo?
Yeah. The feelings, your own feelings, sometimes you feel good, sometimes you feel, you're down, sometimes you feel worried, or sometimes you wonder, etc. All of those things, so who is doing it? If this is, understand that it is my Vyavasthit, it is my involvement that is back to me. You can't sleep in the night, you keep on thinking one after the other. That is your Vyavasthit. It is your Vyavasthit is coming back as Vyavasthit, you see.
Então, ele está falando sobre esses sentimentos que temos, né? Então, eles são resultados do nosso envolvimento, né? O que ele falou naquela frase, né? É o seu o seu Vyavasthit dando efeito, né? Yes.
And Vyavasthit is knowledge, right? It is Gnan, is knowledge.
Vyavasthit
is
conhecimento, Gnan.
Gnan, it's an inner vision, right? We are absorbing this Gnan, this knowledge, you see.
Nós estamos absorvendo esse conhecimento, esse Gnan.
Yeah, it's accumulating within us piece by piece, different ways. It is just coming in.
E a gente vai absorvendo em diferentes maneiras do que nos vem e nos chega.
Yeah. You see, and yes, we appreciate this circumstance of the satsang. We appreciate this evidences of the satsang, you see. These are all evidences, but this is a totally different level of energies, both ways, of the self as well as no further disturbance in what is going on, you see. So there's, the less you disturb it, the more your energies.
Quanto menos você causa distúrbio, mais energia você tem, né? Então, ele também falou sobre que nós apreciamos, né, o que ocorre nesse satsang, e também nós podemos ver a energia do ser que se manifesta. You said the two phrases that we appreciate our comprehension, what follows in the satsang, with the energy of the
self, self. It is the energy of the self that is, and it is the knowledge of the self that is increasing. You see,
o conhecimento do ser que está aumentando.
And it's in satsang. Everything else is on hold. Nothing else matters. We are just receiving these words of Dada as they are, without disturbing them. You see?
Nós estamos recebendo as palavras de Dada como elas são, e nada nos causa distúrbio. It's just like similar to the situation that you said, that we have to be careful when we observe outside. We have to keep this distances just to stay in this Gnan.
The keeping, it's
staying Gnan.
Staying in Gnan is the distance. You see, in other words, there's no other method.
Permanecendo em Gnan é você se manifestando da distância.
Agnas is the only way to kind of see this as it is, you see.
As agnas são a única maneira de ver as coisas como elas realmente são.
You cannot, when there is a situation that requires your involvement, you see, then you will get involved. Dennis will get involved, but that's okay. That's part. That's how Vyavasthit has been designed. Dennis gets involved, but there is no rag, there is no dvesh, and so that means it's decreasing, it's going away, E
o Shuddha está dizendo que a situação vai acontecer para todos. Nós, Mahatmas, como ele falou, Dennis fica envolvido, Tony fica envolvido, mas nós não entramos nesse duelo do rag and dvesh, não do apego da aversão. Essa é a diferença.
Our Vyavasthit has been designed for all of us that it will indeed demand our involvement, you see. When you're driving, it requires you to be involved. When you're doing something, it requires you to be involved. You cannot say, I'm going to stand at a distance, you see. The standing at a distance is happening. It is because you and I have been removed so far away. It is this programmed machine that is doing everything. The programmed machine of Marianne or Neres, you see, Kayo, is doing whatever is needed to be done. That's all. It's just doing.
Yes. Então, o Shuddha diz que não, esse Vyavasthit vai nos demandar de estarmos envolvidos com as coisas. E, por exemplo, quando você está no tráfego, por exemplo, sim, Vyavasthit, você é demandado de estar com a sua atenção, prestando atenção no que você está fazendo e nos outros, né? Eu, Vyavasthit, mas ele também faz uma analogia e fala sobre, não? Esse lado que é, né, essa máquina programada, the program machine, a máquina programada que você tem que fazer tudo como fazedor também. Isso vai...
Yes, the blueprint was in the last life. In this life now, the evidence
esse
is
mapa foi produto da vida passada.
Yeah, and now the evidence has come with space, time,
Agora
material.
As evidências surgem através do espaço, tempo, material.
And then again, discharge intentions. Everything gets mixed up in it, and again it happens. You see.
E ela descarga, né? E outra vez acontece outra vez.
Even intentions that you and I hold are discharging. They are not ours anymore.
Mesmo as nossas intenções não são nossas, são simplesmente descarga.
Yeah, right. So my friends, this is such an amazing little satsang. Dada asks the question and Dada answers. Who made Vyavasthit Shakti? And Dada answers, nobody has made it.
Shuddha. Shuddha. What you just said. That even our intentions are purely discharged, and the discharge is part of this program machine, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Eu perguntei ao Shuddha o que ele falou, essa última frase, que nossas intenções, mesmo nossas intenções não são nossas, são parte da nossa descarga. Eu perguntei ao Shuddha se está associado com essa da frase passada, né? Essa máquina programada que todos nós temos. Ele falou que sim.
So, you have to say, at the end of the day, we have to tell this program machine called File 1,
No fim do dia, temos que dizer essa máquina chamada Arquivo 1.
I'm grateful to you that today you behaved,
Eu agradeço a você que hoje você se comportou.
Yeah. I do namaskars to you that you didn't fight with anyone.
Eu faço namaskar a você que você não brigou com ninguém hoje.
It's program machine,
É a máquina programada do fazedor.
So Vishuddhatma Bhagavan, it's our time. Our time is up. Thank you so much for being here, because that's what makes the satsang. So wonderful to see everyone. Shirley, Marianne, Larsio, Margarita, Marluce, Michelle, Elena, Jai Sachidananda Shuddhatma Bhagavan, and the others who are there, Dalina and Vera. Jai Sachidananda, Anna Christina, Nide, Danilo, and Beatrice. Shuddhatma Bhagavan. Highest namaskars to all of you from Tony and Santana and Shuddha. Jai Sachidananda. Jai Sachidananda. Jai Sachidananda. Danilo, Jai Sachidananda. Jai Sachidananda. Jai Sachidananda. Jai Sachidananda. Shuddhatma Bhagavan. Jai Sachidananda. Jai Sachidananda. Jai Sachidananda. Jai Sachidananda.